Joins us, ABC News correspondent from Capitol Hill. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Where are we with this tax increase?
Well, we expect the House to pass their tax bill today. President Trump is going to be going over there late this morning for sort of a pep talk before they have the actual vote. Now, House Republicans are confident that they're going to be able to pass their bill with no problem. But the big question is, what's the Senate going to do? The fate of the Senate's bill is less certain. And then, of course, once both chambers pass their individual bills, the House and the Senate have to get together and work out the differences and then go back and pass the final piece of legislation.
Not all Republicans are in lockstep in the House. Are Republicans confident they have enough Republicans to pass this in the House?
They are. Every sound that we've been hearing from Republican leaders says they are confident they have the votes. Out of 240 members of the House Republican Conference, they can only afford to lose 22. So we might come right up to that line. You've got folks in high-tax states who don't want to get rid of the state and local tax deductions, places like New York and California. But besides those members, everybody's in lockstep here. So it's looking pretty confident for House Republicans.
Ron Johnson came out from Ohio, the senator, and said, "I'm not voting for this."
Yeah, he said in its current form, Ron Johnson of Wisconsin said that he does not like this bill because of the way it treats small businesses compared to large corporations. So he's the first one. Ron Johnson, that guy just won re-election. So he's sort of feeling like he can go out and say what he really believes about it. So we're looking closely at folks like Bob Corker, Jeff Flake, who have said they're not running for re-election, and they won't be bound by any political considerations to vote for this bill.
If the House is going to vote on this today, when do you think the Senate's going to get around to voting for theirs?
Well, the Senate first has to pass it out of the Finance Committee. That's the committee that's been charged with actually writing the bill. So they want to do that by the end of this week, and then they want to pass their bill in the Senate before Thanksgiving. So they're trying to get all of that done so they can send a final bill to the president's desk by Christmas.
Allie, all public opinions for polling are showing that this tax bill is not very popular. Some as low as just 25% approve, which means the overwhelming majority of Americans don't want this. When you talk to the elected officials in Washington, what do they say about the unpopularity of this bill?
Oh, it's funny. You remember when Nancy Pelosi got a lot of flack during the health care debate for saying you've got to pass a bill to see what's in it? That's sort of the attitude among House Republicans now. It's we have to enact this bill, and then you're going to see all of these tax cuts get triggered. They point a lot to the fact that cutting corporate taxes will inspire growth, which it's a trickle-down theory. And that is something that, taxpayers aren't going to see immediately. So they're hanging on, folks sort of sticking with them, and once the benefits start happening, then folks will get on board. But most studies, actually, most nonpartisan academic studies say that the folks that are going to benefit the most with this bill are largely the upper class and corporations. So they're sort of hoping that public opinion catches up to them once it passes.
Allie Rogan, ABC News correspondent right there on Capitol Hill. Allie, thanks for checking in.